The UK is not training enough construction apprentices, joiners, bricklayers, plasterers and roofers. The government has said that they plan to build 1.5 million new homes in the years between 2024 and 2029. In the 18 months up to January 2026, a total of 309,600 have been built, which equates to just 206,400 per year. This is only 55% of the required 370,000 per year needed if the target of 1.5 million is to be reached. So the government are way off target. One of the issues is that there are simply not enough trades available to deliver this level of work, together with all the other building and civil engineering projects ongoing and planned. There were 24,500 new construction apprenticeship starts in the year 24-25, with a slight increase year on year, but only about 1%. The number of 16 to 18-year-olds getting into a construction apprenticeship is flat, with no year-on-year increase. The government needs to take some urgent action to improve this. There are now 1.9 million people of working age unemployed in the UK. That's 5.2%, costing £61.3 billion per year in unemployment benefit, £60 billion in universal credit and £1.3 billion in job seekers allowance. There are 768,000 16 to 24-year-olds not in education, employment or training. That's 16.1%, which is a disgrace. The total cost of benefits being paid to unemployed 16 to 24-year-olds is £2.9 billion annually. This money needs to be spent on getting these young people trained and on a career path. The government cannot expect employers, particularly small employers, to foot the bill and take on these apprentices. Employment costs overall are too high, and employers are actually cutting back and reducing numbers, with 331,000 jobs being lost in the last 12 months. Employers, particularly SMEs, are not taking on new trade apprentices. Construction companies used to take on 50,000 trade apprentices per year back in 1980. The peak was in the mid-1960s at around 250,000 annually, but numbers have steadily declined since. The government has made a start in tackling the problem, but is it enough? The Youth Guarantee Scheme is a new government initiative designed to ensure all 18 to 21-year-olds are either in education, training or employment. The job guarantee will begin an initial rollout in spring 26, but only for long-term unemployed young people, specifically those who have been on universal credit for 18 months. They will be offered a fully subsidised 6-month paid job. There are 6 pilot areas, so not everywhere is covered. There will be a national rollout, but not until late in 2026. The aim is to support just 55,000 young people over 3 years. That's only 7% of the 16 to 24-year-olds on universal credit. This is not enough. The government also has a plan to deliver 50,000 more apprenticeships, but is only covering the funding of the training costs. Employers must pay the wages. Again, it's not enough. There is also a foundation apprenticeship for 18 to 21-year-olds who lack the qualifications for a level 3 apprenticeship, but again, the government only pays the training costs. Employers must pay the trainees the national minimum wage of £7.84 per hour for apprenticeships. The latest training scheme is the T-level course for 16 to 19-year-olds with 80% classroom learning and 20% industrial placement with an employer, which is a good start to get young people introduced to an employer and the employer to see the young person in the work environment and get feedback from supervisors. But the T-level entry requirement is 3 GCSEs at grade D, including English and Maths. This is precluding many young people who failed at school but would no doubt excel working with their hands as a joiner, bricklayer, plasterer, roofer, etc. We don't need all tradespeople to develop into construction management. The incentives are just not there to get SMEs who are struggling to take the risk with these young people. The Youth Training Scheme, YTS, ran from 1983 to 1990 and at its peak enrolled 300,000 young people per year into on-the-job training and vocational education in all sectors. This scheme was a start for thousands of the current construction trade workers. The first entrants will be 60 years old this year and coming up for retirement within the next 7 years. A total of 210,000 people will be retiring from construction trades this year, so we need over 200,000 new entrants training each year just to stand still. We urgently need another route into construction for young people with little or no qualifications from school, or a better Youth Guarantee Foundation apprenticeship scheme. A training placement that pays them the same that they are currently being paid for doing nothing, but gives them the opportunity of a career in which they'll be able to earn good money in the 20s and not be left on the scrap heap for the rest of their lives. The government have made a start, but clearly need to do more. We need a scheme that could potentially give employment to all 768,000 young people not in education, employment and training, at little or no cost to employers for the full duration of the training. The government needs to bring back YTS as a matter of urgency. I primarily looked at construction trades, but YTS could get youngsters into employment in all sectors, including retail and hospitality.